Here are 3 habits that separate men who are successful from men who are both successful and whole. The world, they will celebrate your wins at work and never ask you about your marriage. But you know the difference, and so does your wife. Look, most men, they're trying to fix their performance at work while ignoring the war that's going on at home. And that is completely backwards. The state of your marriage is one of the most accurate indicators of how you'll lead in every other area of your life. Not because your wife is your accountability partner, but because covenant, which that's what your marriage is a discipline. And discipline, it just doesn't stay in one room. When you show up distracted as a husband, you're training yourself to be distracted. When you lead your home with passivity, you're rehearsing passivity. When you allow drift in your marriage, you are becoming a man who tolerates drift. And the inverse is just as true. A man who pursues intention, who leads his home with clarity, who repairs quickly, who stays present when it's hard, that man is building something in himself that no business coach can manufacture. And I'm speaking as one. This type of man, he's building the muscle of covenant. And covenant men don't quit when it gets uncomfortable. They don't lead from fear. They don't perform for applause. They build because they are called to build. And they learn that at home first. Your marriage isn't a distraction from your mission. It is the training ground for it. Here's where I had to learn this personally. I spent years believing that pouring into my work was how I provided for my family. And I was providing, but I wasn't leading. There's a huge difference between those two things. The shift didn't happen when my business improved. It happened when I decided to become the husband that my wife actually needed. That's when everything else started to align. So here's what that actually looks like in practice. 3 things a covenant husband does consistently, and that a high-performing man can start doing today. Number 1, he initiates. He doesn't wait for his wife to signal that something is wrong. He checks in. He asks the real questions. He creates space before the silence becomes distance. Initiation is leadership, and leadership starts at home. Number 2, he repairs fast. Look, at every marriage has conflict. What separates strong marriages isn't the absence of tension, it's the speed of repair. And you can quote me on that one. A man who can own his part, apologize without defensiveness, and move toward restoration is a man who can do the same thing in business and in fatherhood and in every other room that he walks into. Number 3, he stays present on purpose. Not just physically in the house, but present. Phone down, eyes up, engaged with the woman he made a covenant to. Presence is not passive. It's a decision you make every single day. The man who masters presence at home will lead with presence everywhere else. Look, these aren't just marriage tips. They're the reps that build the man. And so my question for you is, where are you the strongest of these 3? And where is your biggest gap? I'd love to hear from you. Comment below, let me know. I am here to help sharpen you, not just to feed the scroll along further.